Hello folks, today I'm going to talk about something else concerning the electromagnetic force fields. Let's look at something like the space shuttle. What would an electromagnetic based force field versus a physical barrier shield like the current tile system used in the space shuttle, what if we augmented that with an electromagnetic phasing pulsed field generator? What this would do is it would send pulses through the electromagnet at a certain hertz, say 1,000,000 hertz, which is 1,000,000 pulses per second, to vent off the plasma being formed at the front of the spaceship. Thus reducing, I hope, would reduce the amount of heat being generated because it would be being forced off and out and away from the space shuttle in a different area. The question is, would it work? Can we make them powerful enough to vent off enough of that plasma that forms in front of the space shuttle's nose to allow us to go with lighter weight materials that don't have to have as much heat tolerance to come into the atmosphere? Though it would also compromise or change the aerodynamics of the system. So that's also a question mark you have to come up with. But like I was showing you in my other videos, 101 and 101A, we have our spaceship here, or had. There we go. It's going to cooperate. We have our spaceship here. Up here would be the cone, the nose cone of the space shuttle. And on either side you would have venting magnets. And what it would do is it would pulse through these magnets, and the magnets would pulse in different directions, thus allowing a venting of the plasma off to the left and right side of the spaceship. When you notice that, if you notice real closely, there's two field lines between these two magnets here. Those are straight line field lines, which means that stuff should not enter that field area. It should be blocked from entering it. If I'm right, it is blocked from entering it, then all that plasma would do would be vented around and around and around and out. That's my hope. I am not an engineer. Well, I'm a combat engineer. I was with the U.S. Army back in the 90s. But it's just something I've thought about, and I was wondering why in the world in Star Trek they had gravity fields and everything else like that. But I've applied my time, and I've realized it's possible to vent plasma from the front of a spacecraft to the rear, thus reducing the heat that the nose cone encounters as it's coming through as it's re-entering the atmosphere. Who knows? If we can actually build a electromagnet that can even do that. That is beyond my current knowledge. But I believe you can pulse an electromagnet just like you pulse AC. It'd be similar to AC versus DC. This would be a direct current. You would want to do it in one direction. Where in AC you do it in both directions. But at the very nose you would want to do it in AC, which is very interesting. And that would vent the plasma away from the nose cone and out and away from the body of the spacecraft. Well, that's what I wanted to say. Thomas Wilson out here. Have a good one.